Okay, Saggy baby. Hope you had a good Mother's Day. I hope if you didn't, it will be next year that you have a better one. But with this devil card we have out here, with this 15, your birthday could be on the 15th, the 16th, or even the 20th. But somebody have been in Capricorn energy. They have been going through depression. They have been cheating. They have been having health issues. They have been having problems with their ego. They have been secretive, dependent. They have been assaulted. They have been feeling powerless. They have been feeling abused with this devil energy. And they know it's a tragedy. They know why they have unexpected changes. They know why things are a disaster. They know why it's confusion. They know why it's pain. They know why they're going through a divorce with this. I know your birthday could be on the 15th, the 16th, or even on the 10th. They know they're in karma. They know that the wheel have changed. They was in the maybe energy, but now they know that whatever they thought they can do for a new beginning, and try to have some kind of peaceful solution by traveling, or you have been in your wheel of fortune while they've been going through tragedies and depression and things, and you've been in the I can energy. Even if you was back in the day in the maybe, you still had some kind of prosperity and growth, and you was starting to feel at home or welcome wherever you were, or wherever you was traveling. You started doing your own thing. It was a yes, and you have been doing that. So your birthday could be also on the 21st of December, or if you're not a Sagittarius, yeah. So somebody wanted to communicate with this Aquarius energy, or they was communicating, thinking they was some kind of genius by not talking to you or making you chase them with this throat shock in reverse, or your peaceful solution was not talking to them. Because this person could not see that they had no prosperity and growth, and that whatever they was working hard with this Capricorn energy, it wasn't a maybe, it was a no. They took on too much that they couldn't handle when it came to money. It could even be prostitution, selling dope, trying to have a side hustle at work affairs, but they took on entirely too much. And that's when you were seeing the truth, that this person was unbalanced when it came to Libra, their relationships. It wasn't no maybe. This person stayed in the maybe. They did nothing that was a yes or a no. They couldn't see that they was at a cellmate. They couldn't see that they needed to call a truce. They couldn't see that they was sitting on the fence. They couldn't see they was at a crossroad. They couldn't see that they was making difficult decisions, painful choices, stressful decisions, being torn between relationships. They couldn't see that. But somebody's being patient, or they begin to be patient and start a self-employment or a self-business or a new job, or building some kind of craftsmanship, quality, master, expertise, hard work. You was committed. Or somebody was committed to these 8 of Pentacles. They was in the I can energy, and they thought they had good judgment, or they was judging what they was doing. They thought it was a yes. They was scratching off the list, or checking off the list to make sure with expertise that they was gonna do good, but it had no value when it came to that money, honey. They didn't get lucky. They thought they was gonna balance their money out with this 8 of Pentacles by being patient. And that was good judgment. But whatever they was being patient about, it had no value. It was a no. It was bad business. Financial management. This person couldn't finish what they started. They lost. F, forever, could be for some of y'all. I could have been important. Something important was right. or let it resonate, or you was rare. Okay. With January, that's Aquarius and Capricorn. Aquarius, the opposite is Leo. So this person thought of some kind of creativity with Aquarius energy. They thought they was some kind of fucking genius. And with their Leo, they thought they was the king of the jungle. Capricorn, they was putting in the work. And with that crab energy, Cancer, opposite of Capricorn, they was moving sideways, probably just going to where they work or putting in the work at and going home or going back to their little hole like a crab. This could have happened even since January. Within a year. Okay, so within a year or by January or whatever, if it's not Aquarius, Leo, Capricorn, Cancer, it's just that kind of energy. But you've been happy at home and moving on, okay? You've been looking like the king, queen. You've been career focused. You've been happy single. You've been stress-free. You've been dating for some of y'all. Doing you, basically. Your heart's been open. You've been aligned with your heart, where you've been going with that world card. Somebody got rejected or you rejected this person. That's why they're in regret. Because if you moved on, to me, this person got rejected. Just in life. It doesn't have to be with just you. Because wherever they was traveling to or trying to get their heart aligned with that too, it was just reckless sex. And now they get it. That it had no value. They was working hard towards getting drunk and doing drugs, getting hotel rooms, traveling, but not taking care of the kids, not going to get a better job or a second job or doing what they need to do. They probably did get a side hustle, but it probably was not legal. They probably needed to go read a book, do more research about healing or something, but they was out drinking while that's what you was doing. You was passing this person up. Yeah, guardian angel, you was self-elevating. Or this person was going through judgment while they was out there. They didn't know that you was judging them, or the universe was watching them when they thought nobody was looking, or they thought they was getting away with shit. The cycle was closing. So now they losing sleep, or they could be replaying, or even thinking about you at events, or just worrying about these dates or a Pacific date. That something happened in January or before this year ends. How they was dealing with or what they're going to do towards this year when this, within a year, like by the time 2025 is over, what they're going to do about these love-hate relationships that they was dating online and doing things with, even having a work affair. And then they could have caught an STD or something, or their health was going up because it was a firestorm, okay? It was karma, it was drama. Things was ending. They was losing sleep probably. They was having a mental breakdown. Because remember, instead of them going look for another job or get a better job or something, they tried to do something secretly at work. Probably with the fire air sign. Okay, because they was having money problems and gambling. Because remember, this is all they worked for, was to go get drunk and do drugs and go fucking suck. And then they got fed up, or you got fed up with the fake love messages and all this fake love bombing and love spells. You probably was getting readings or watching tarot on this person, or you do your own tarot. Let this resonate. And it was a no, honey, for this jackass that you separated from. Okay? But they wanted to come back. Or you thought you would have heard from them soon. Okay? I feel like this person wants to come back. But with this, I feel like the reason why it's too late, because this person's going to get caught up with the laws. It's too late because this person probably is comfortable selling dope, comfortable with their sex life or reckless living on the dating apps and things. So I feel like between the police, or that was your alarm, divine feminine, divine masculine, that was your alarm with this police siren that this person wanted to come back. That was probably really alarming to you if it wasn't because the police. Or maybe you thought you would have to call the police on this person. Water, earth energy, this person was in their feelings. And they was having a spiritual awakening. But I feel like things was going in a downward spiral. Spiritually for this person. Because they knew their time had ran out. So the police probably going to get them before they could come to you. They probably have legal matters. That's why it's too late. It's kind of like they got other things that they need to take care of. So instead of them going to look for a job or heal themselves or go try to look up secondhand apartments or secondhand jobs, chance jobs, if they have a felony or a misdemeanor or whatever their problem is, they waited too late to take care of their business. Probably got other problems added on, like this police that keep coming out. They could have warrants for their arrest. They could get a DWI. But it's too late. So this person feel like when it comes to divine masculine feminine, you probably got in your feelings or they got in their feelings because they too late, because they was dealing with these pets that they wanted to keep trying to satisfy or keep trying to give more attention to. They felt like they needed, because on this card it says get a new pet. So they was too busy getting a new pet or giving a current pet new love. Trying to cope. That's why it was too late. Instead of them going heal, do their information, do what they need to do, they was trying to cope by going sleep with people. They was trying to solve a problem by creating more problems, and it all was just a fantasy. It's an illusion. It was a tricksy. It was phony. It was not realistic. That's what they trying to cope with. And now they reviewing everything. Because it all was fake news, man. It was all fake. Even the baby news was fake. And the red flags this person ignored, now or later will come back and bite you. And that's what it did. Because they just want to have sex. They just want to have drugs-induced sex. Remember, having a sex addiction has nothing to do with sex. That's when people don't want to be abandoned. They don't want to be alone. They can't sleep by themselves. Shit like that. They don't like to do drugs alone. They don't like to be alone because they don't want to have to focus on what they need to be doing. They don't want to be alone because maybe bad memories of the things that they did by people are going to come and hunt their asses. So they just decided to do drugs and drink and fuck and even on the job. And that's why time has ran out. They went on a fucking spree. And now they had somebody talking about they got a baby or something, or they could be feeling some kind of pressure because you're over there birthing things, or you're pregnant, or you were empress energy, or you felt it in your gut that this person was just another fucking thug. You probably even treated this person like a thug. That's probably why you probably caught, for some of y'all, you probably caught some karma dealing with this thug, you know, being a fuck girl, fuck boy. And then now you see why you don't want to have sex with nobody. Or you see you was celibate before this person came along and you knew they was a thug and that's all you wanted them for, was just to have sex or just to have companionship or something, move on. Or maybe you thought this person had grown the fuck up, or that if you showed them that you was starting a business or doing something better, this person would have wised the fuck up. But nah, this person's under pressure because they a thug. Remember, they could be selling dope, prostituting themselves. They could be buying, stealing shit and selling it. They could have OCD while they don't want to go to jail. They could have OCD while they feel trapped. This person's not physically or emotionally distant from you. And they keep getting bad news because negative people, if they not having problems, they're creating problems like they did with you because they thought the shit was funny. And now they don't see that they've cursed themselves, and they've been cursed themselves because they keep getting bad news, because negative people not only always have problems, but they create problems that they're not even trying to create. That's the curse. Some people like to be messy, and then they get caught up in mess even when they're not trying to be caught up or be messy. That's, to me, the kind of energy why their asses are blocked, not just from you, but in life. With this thug and the police, it's too late. They done already fucked up enough where they need to go sit and probably do time, and that's the challenge. They should have been choosing to heal. So now they blocked from even trying to get healed. They challenge was the sweet talk. They challenge was getting finesse. They thought that these people really liked them when they was blowing up their phone, asking them, where you been? Chasing them. When they didn't get that these people had low self-esteem, they were enablers, and they were people pleasers. They was trying to please other people just like they was sweet talking them, and that's what they fell for. These other people needed validation just like them. Because when you really like someone, you want to do things with them. You're not going to call them baby girl or big head or hey stranger. You're not going to play with them because you really like them. But when a motherfucker don't care what you think, they blow your phone up, they ask you all kind of where you been and what you doing and want to stay on the phone all day, that ain't nothing but love bombing from a motherfucker that needs to get a life. And that's keeping you from doing what you need to do. And that's what these people did. They needed to get a life, but instead they was keeping each other or keeping this person from what they needed to do with just some sweet talking and texting and dating apps. This person was thirsty as fuck with these karmic ties. And then they didn't have no patience for you. They didn't have no understanding for you because they thought they could do better than you. So what they gonna do? Be patient for these other motherfuckers and thought that they would have something if they had a little self-love that they didn't even know was. They would get something if they waited. Now they feeling like shit. What you was waiting on? More problems? What you was waiting on to help someone solve a problem that they purposely created? What was you waiting on? You should have waited on an AAA meeting so you could go to Alcohol Anonymous classes, AA meeting or whatever. You should have waited on going to a program or detoxing or learning something. Not waiting, being patient for some karmic ties. Living in the moment. You living single. There's a difference. You might live in the moment because you're stress-free and all this. This bitch just living in the moment with their high school ass job or their high school ass money or their high school ass mind. Letting other people get between it. Even probably pop the question or had the person pop the question to you, or they want to pop the question to you now. They probably got a side hustle, or they went even got a side hustle for the person they popped the question for. Or this person that they popped the question to, they probably knew that they sell dope or did some illegal shit on the side, and they was okay with also probably them trying to figure themselves out sexually. So this person could have gotten I feel like, too, someone could have just told this person, because I got this yesterday in the reading, someone could have just told this person that they loved them, and that's why your person went that way, okay? So, but this person could have told you goodbye or told somebody goodbye that wanted to marry them, or they was in a marriage. Or you told this person goodbye that you've been getting energy reads, or you did reads, or you paid to get read, and you knew this person was going to pop you the question and marry you. And to me, that could have been the bad news as well. Yeah, whatever was communicated, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, your twin, okay? Or Libra, things needed to be balanced. You was treated unfair, and now shit is. In Aquarius, you had a genius-ass creativity or idea. So you told them hoes goodbye. You probably didn't want no strings attached. because this person had been backstabbing you, or this person proposed to someone that's been backstabbing them, and now they don't want strings attached, or they don't want strings attached anymore because they want to marry you, because they probably don't want strings attached because they was getting backstabbed, or it was some painful ass cheating, especially with this health card. If you've been keeping up with me, STD or deception, there you go. The mind games and the love bombing, they tired of that. And it's a yes, they want to connect. And they've been looking at you from a secret account. And they want to put things to an end, or someone could have passed away. Yeah. They put things to an end when it came to this love bombing and love messages. They tired of that. They feel backstabbed like that. Or that's how they was backstabbing people and left you hanging. Hope you like my readings. Description box or community board if you want to contact me to do a $20 energy read unlimited, baby. So, now we got someone that's triggered. Someone that you're constantly reminding that they're not shit, or someone that wants to be you, or someone that feel left out by you, or someone that wish they had it, or it sound like a kid. I'm getting kind of energy. Someone that could be throwing a tantrum. Why do I deserve someone like you? So this could be anybody. This could be even the karmic wondering or thinking that they don't deserve your person, or your person don't deserve you, or this karmic can feel like the person, your twin flame or someone, don't deserve to be with you. Okay, but either way, I feel like this person is triggered. They feel left behind because they don't feel good enough for you. Starseed or twin flame. I'm stuck in the vision of us together. Because it comes off as if not only this person kind of abandoned themselves by trying to please everyone else. And what they really wanted, they didn't think they can get. So now that they know that they could have had it, or they tried to at least have it with these other people, but it was in a corruptive way. They wasn't right within their goddamn self. They wasn't thinking deep enough. These feelings are eating me alive. Because they was an energy vampire, or they went to some other people that were just sending them, texting them all day, keeping them on the phone all day, calling them while they was work. What you doing? Are you coming over here? When you coming over here? And they was getting their energy drained. And you was like, fuck all that. I'm not chasing. I call you, you call me back in a reasonable time. If not, I'm going on. I'm not going to kiss nobody's ass. This person can't let you go because they look at you as a trophy, wifey, husband. I wish I could be different. They wish they could stop, an energy vampire. They wish they could be different. They wish they could think different, deeper. This person want to just snap their fingers and have it all. They don't get that you can be different, but it takes time. And what they choose to do with their time, they wasted it. They wish they could stand up for themselves at a significant time. They wish they could be a different person, but they can't express themselves because they are narcissists. They are a grown adult with a kid mind, and they can't do this right now. So they go and lie to themselves and lie to people about wanting to be different. But bitch, you in a fantasy. You not in reality. Remember, it was all fake. It was all a fairy tale. These sexual desires. They didn't have all the information. That's why they still having childhood issues and triggered. But they an energy vampire. That's what they've been around. That's why they don't understand. What you don't understand, that the time you smoking and drinking, you could be smoking and drinking and looking at tarot reader learning something, or smoking and drinking and looking at a life coach or a coach about trauma, or Googling some shit to help you become a better person? What part don't you get? What jobs accept people with felonies? What jobs accept people with misdemeanors, or whatever this person's going through? They wasted their time. It's too late. First of all, they was already behind when they got with you and didn't even know it. And then they wasted more time, and you got more head and more head. So these should be painful memories. How could you ever forgive the mess I made? There's no mess that had been made. They made their own mess. They made their own decision. You probably would have more respect for this person if they made a decision when they broke up with you, or when they caused you to have to break up with them. Either way, it was on they funky asses. And you probably would have more respect if they made a decision and stood on it. But they can't stand on shit. They can't communicate worth the shit. And they damn sure can't commit to shit. And a person that cannot plan shit, cannot plan, if you can't plan a date, or plan to get a job, plan to just live a normal life, or plan to make yourself happy, instead of being a people pleaser and an enabler, doing everything for everybody else, letting everybody else plan what you're going to do with your life. Then you made a mess of your own life. You planned nothing, so you planned to fail. So now somebody be jumping in their feelings. This water sign or earth, but it don't have to be a water sign. It could be a woman jumping in her feelings, or a man that act like a woman when they see your picture. Or this person could be jacking off in their feelings, or a water sign, earth sign, to your pictures, or when they see you, or some old pictures or videos you sent them. Wherever it is, they could just be thinking about you. Something you did in bed, some noise you made, or what position y'all was in, and they shit to you, but they feel like shit. So I feel like somebody jumping their feelings when they see your social media or your podcast or whatever with that P. It could be your podcast or your picture social media, and they feel like shit. They feel like a public toilet. They feel like you a big horse. You a big motherfucking deal in the field. And it's a yes, honey. And you shared what you learned, or you was teaching, or you a teacher, or you could teach. Inspiration. But you taught, or you learned, or you teaching people about what goes on in these negative ass people's house and who they sleeping with. And how they catching STDs and babies they don't want. And people think it's funny. And some people getting sad, some people getting mad in this house, in this bed. They need help. You know that. Both of them. And they watch. Or they need to wash away this father figure. So somebody could feel like they watching they baby daddy, or they watching they baby mama up closer. Or somebody could feel like somebody watching you and they pleased and they like you. That's why they get mad. Yeah, you. Or somebody watching you looking pleased and you like your life, and they having to eat their words, or they could want to eat you up. Like your fish. Or you're eating it up when it comes to what you believe in. You showing them how you get down, how you eat. Yeah, and them hoes get sad. Because they got a baby with some man. So this hoe gets sad because she done had a baby with this whole nothing motherfucker. After they done learn who they been sleeping with, and who they been sleeping with, and who what's been going on in their house. Okay, so this person could probably not know, or they know this person do these things, but not know psychologically why this person's doing those things, or they probably been seeing a person with an attitude, or causing fake fights, or confusing them, or keeping them waiting for callbacks and texts, or ghosting them, acting fake busy, right? Now they know why this person is doing all the things that they doing, that they sleeping with, that they have in their house. And it is what the fuck it is. And if the energy change, I will be updating you. And I hope you update me too in the comments and let me know what's up.